Welcome to the Cast and Camo podcast, where we talk about hunting, fishing, and all things outdoors. Grab your fishing rod, put on your favorite camo, or just sit back and enjoy this week's topic. Cast and Camo begins now.
Mary's Milk Monsters just started.
Oh, Mary's Milk Monsters. We love Mary.
Milk Monsters.
We love her.
What's going on, Todd?
Oh, just another Sunday with Cats and Camo.
Yeah.
Yep. Just another Sunday after 10 hours plus of sitting on the ice watching no fish bite.
I heard Buzzard caught a big one.
He did catch a big one, and I was super excited for Buzzard. I love that. And I had a chance to take somebody fishing who's never been fishing before. So why not bring them ice fishing for sturgeon as their first experience? But he had a lot of fun.
I didn't know who was with you, but I seen him dunk his head, and how come he dunked his head a lot further than you did?
Rookie.
I mean, he went clear to his.
He went in. I loved it.
Yeah.
He went deep.
Yeah, I guess.
He had hair. You got, when you got hair, we don't know this because we don't have to deal with the hair, but
Right.
yeah.
Exactly. No hair.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to do it, but he
had
did
a
it.
full head of hair. And like
Absolutely.
when he come up, he had that wet look.
Yep.
Good evening, chat.
Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in on Sunday night for us with Cast and Camo. Before we get into housekeeping, let's touch on the sturgeon fishing last night just a little bit. Now, you mentioned that Buzzard got his sturgeon, his first ever sturgeon. It was a nice 47 inch sturgeon. But if you take a pause, and we can talk about this now because Buzzard's not with us right this second.
Right. Good.
Now let's think about all of the big fish that Buzzard has caught over the last 3 years. All of his personal best fish. Can you think of the common denominator of all of Buzzard's biggest fish in the last 3 years?
Yeah, but now wait a minute. Let's talk about his big fish that he's caught in the past 3 years. Most of them fish he catches and gets up to the boat and they fall off. From what I see, and then he blames like people like Walleye, Soggy, and other people for him losing his fish.
Yeah. Well, there's one main common denominator. And then there's a second common denominator that I can't say 100%. It's not the top one because it wasn't out of the three fish. I wasn't there, but he has been with Soggy, who I am now going to call one of the top fishing guides of Minnesota, because all he does is put people on their biggest fish.
Wait a minute. Soggy is a fisherman?
Well, he doesn't really fish, but he brings people fishing. That's why I'm going to tout Soggy as one of the greatest current Minnesota fishing guides, because he doesn't really fish or catch fish. But he brings people and then they catch these big fish.
So you're saying Soggy put you on your fish a week ago?
100%. 100%.
All right. Thank you, Soggy. I'd like to tell you thank you for letting Vexus catch his world record fish.
That's right. That's right. Buzzard's biggest flathead he's ever caught. Who brought his fishing? Soggy. His biggest walleye that he kind of caught. Soggy. His sturgeon. Soggy. I'm just,
his dog. Wait a minute. His dog, his puppy. Soggy. Yes, it was. That's how he got that puppy. That little puppy that likes to chew everything and loves his foot, by the way.
Yeah.
What I tell you earlier, please don't do this on the show. Please, you're gonna embarrass me, and I'm gonna have to close my
No twerking.
No twerking.
Can't twerk tonight.
No, you can't twerk tonight. Please don't twerk.
I don't have pants on, so I can't twerk anyway.
Oh God Almighty! Did you have to tell us that?
Maybe.
See, now I want Soggy to come down here and fish with me sometime in his life, the remainder of his life that he has before Buzzard kills him, or Walleye. I figured Walleye will probably kill him quicker than Buzzard.
Maybe.
So anyway, if he would come down here and fish with me, I want to see if it'll help me catch a trophy.
His track record speaks for itself.
Maybe it's just the vibes from him.
It's his laugh. I think his laugh brings the fish in. The big fish.
Yeah. Well, all right. So
the big fish.
We're gonna do this. I'm gonna invite him down here in the next 10 years to go fishing with me.
Soggy might smell like fish bait. I think he might. He smells like fish bait and anus oil.
Looks like fish bait.
Well, he looks like Charlie Manson.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, they're twins.
Is he that bad? Is he that bad?
He doesn't have the tattoo, but you take the tattoo off of Charlie Manson, you've got Soggy Wonka.
What if he trimmed his beard up?
And then I'm not sure he would be soggy. Then he would just be, I don't know.
I'd like to see him have a nice round beard instead of a square one. Kind of round.
Maybe.
I'm not saying you have a square beard.
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's just my chiseled jaw.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. It's all my muscles.
Luna's gonna die.
Luna. Yeah, I love Soggy's beard. I love Soggy's beard.
Yeah.
I don't know how he grew it so fast, because he shaved it down to the goatee, and then a few months later I see him and it's back down to his belly button. I don't.
Well, he told me he dipped it in pickle juice.
Oh, gross.
If you do that, your beard will grow fast.
No pickles. No pickles.
Yeah, definitely no pickles. Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Housekeeping.
Before you go there.
Okay.
I do want to say, I was reading an article today about Michigan's, their lake sturgeon.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a season that opened up yesterday and was only open 17 minutes. And they had to close it because they caught the allocation of fish. Last year, it took them 67 minutes to get the allocation. This year, it took them 17 minutes. And I think the biggest one was like 73 pounds, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was just crazy.
Yeah. 73 pounds. And they're at some lake. You said it's way up north in Michigan. Is that right?
Yeah, northern Michigan. I think it was Black Lake up at the northern tip of Michigan. It wasn't in the UP. It's not in the UP, but it's close. I think it's kind of by the ferry or the bridge where You go
I
up to
got
the
that
Ephraim.
article today sent to me on my phone, and I was like, what the heck is a lake sturgeon? 17 minutes and the season closes.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Yep. And you might have missed this, but at the beginning of my fishing stream yesterday, I did have somebody come into my chat and tell me what I was doing was illegal. And
Yes, I seen that. But I thought
and
with the way
turn me
you
in.
talked, I thought it was Soggy or one of them over there.
I thought it was Soggy's friend that was there because his name was Justin and the person's name in Twitch was like JFed. So I thought that was his Twitch account. And since I knew those Yahoos had my stream going on their phone or the iPad in the other fish house, I figured he went on real quick and tried to be a jokester. So I thought that's who it was, but then I learned this morning that nobody knew who that was. It wasn't their buddy. So
Well,
apparently I got turned into the
mean,
Minnesota DNR.
Well, and to be fair, if people are not from your state, you can't go target in a lot of states for them. So that's probably what they were going by. No one pays attention to other states' rules and regulations.
I didn't take offense to it. I had I known it wasn't Soggy's friend, I probably would have had a better conversation with the person. But I kind of just laughed it off because I thought it was Soggy's friend. Yeah. But had I known it wasn't, we would have went rounds. Like,
see, I would have definitely Dear Butch would have done that to you. He would have changed his name and come in and messed with you.
Well, JFed, I thought it was either Soggy's friend or it was Britney Spears' ex-husband. It was one of the two, but I think that was K-Fed. So that was
Britney Spears' husband? Do you know him?
K-Fed? Yeah, we go way back.
Do you? Oh. Do you know that Elvis was my cousin from my mother-in-law's sister's aunt's uncle?
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I have a cousin that has a friend that's a cousin who's an actor in like 5 movies.
Wow. God, I'm glad you can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I'll keep you updated on the happenings of all of my acting friends and family's lives each day.
Well, I hope you do. Okay. Yes, I'd like to. All right, so let's go to housekeeping.
Housekeeping. All right. As everybody can see, we've got our fantastic sponsors and partners going across the screen. And the first one that we've got there is Texas Select Seasoning. ! BBQ in chat gives you the link to go to barbecue heaven. It is barbecue heaven, seasoning heaven. Discount code 15% off. If you use in all caps cast and camo as your discount code, you get 15% off your order. And they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Have a good night, Alex. Thanks for stopping in. Next on the list, we were just kind of watching some videos that involved the Sea Arc boats when you were fishing in the Sea Arc boats. But Sea Arc Boats is our next sponsor. And I did happen to catch Alex's podcast last Monday night. I needed a mental break from work, and I was on YouTube listening to music. And the thing popped up at whatever it was, 7:00. I'm like, oh, that's right, Alex's podcast. So I popped on, and they were in some big tournament again this weekend. So tournament season for them has kicked off hardcore already.
Yeah, they should be. They should have a spring break. They should have like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they get a little bit of a break, and then it starts back up where they move from south to north.
And I did talk to him. I texted with him a couple weeks ago, and I think I mentioned this to you. He did say we should come down in the spring. So maybe you and I need to talk about a weekend that we could head down, or a Friday through Sunday or something that we could head down to the old Arkansas and see the factory. I did get my. I was hoping that we could do that, and then I was just going to pick up my new windshield for my boat and just drive it back instead of paying the shipping. But it just showed up last week, so that's off. I already have the factory that I got my windshield from. Yeah, the factory I got my windshield remade is literally right across the road from Sea Arc, the factory.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. They make all of Sea Arc's windshields as well. It's crazy.
That would have been cool.
Yep. And then next we've got Deer 30. Get all your deer minerals at some point. I checked earlier today. The website's still down. But once the website is up and you can place orders, it's Cast and Camo 24 to get 24% off. And they're great dudes. Their minerals and their food plot, everything works really well. It's just we need to get them back on the road on the web so we can place our orders, because it's getting to that time. It's almost going to be springtime. Dare I say it? Even though the groundhog went back into its hole, it's spring. Spring's coming.
He didn't go back in his hole, I don't think.
He didn't?
I think they were faking us out.
Oh.
You know that? I really think they faked us out on that damn groundhog, because I was so excited. I had my 222 up and my 243 zeroed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't get it?
No,
you got it.
He went back in the hole. Remember?
Now, speaking of groundhogs, I did see today. I haven't paid attention to a whole lot in the last few weeks or month, but I did notice in the Cast and Camo Discord, !Discord, if you're in our Twitch chat right now, and if you're watching on YouTube, it's down below the Discord link. Join the Cast and Camo Discord. But Cheryl did post a very nice recipe for woodchucks. Groundhogs. Is a groundhog a woodchuck? Aren't they the same thing? Okay.
Same thing.
Okay, that's what I thought. So if anybody's ever got the itch to eat some groundhog or woodchucks, there's a great recipe sitting in the recipe section in Cast and Camo.
All right. Cool. Yes, I have.
Not sure I'm going to try it.
I've actually ate groundhog before.
Really? Is it okay?
Good. Yes, it is
really?
good. Yes. I mean, what do they eat? Think about it. No more different than any other. They eat a lot of greenery, weeds, brush, stuff like. They don't eat nothing. They don't eat meat. They're like a veggie. I mean,
then why do they need those nasty teeth?
When you come up and piss with them.
No, that's for when they gnaw on the wood, right?
What wood?
Woodchuck. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
You just answered. If a woodchuck could chuck, could. And they can't.
They can't?
No.
That rhyme has been a lie my entire life?
Listen to the rhyme. Say it over again and listen to the words. If a woodchuck could chuck.
Well, I mean, you could. How much wood would Todd chuck if Todd could chuck wood? If I could chuck wood.
No, see, and you never paid attention to that little song. You thought a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Well, I thought it was a question. How much could they chuck?
If he could, but he can't.
But are we shaming woodchucks? Are we saying woodchucks can't do things?
Well,
I think a woodchuck can do whatever it wants.
Do you know a woodchuck can climb a tree?
I would assume it could.
Yeah, very well. Just like a squirrel. Right
yeah,
up that son of a gun. What?
They got those claws, right?
Yeah, they're pretty good at it too.
Yeah, like
they're pretty good. They're pretty good wood chuck climbers.
Are you being serious? Woodchucks actually can't. What do they need those teeth for then? I thought the teeth were for the wood, to chuck wood.
I don't know. Do you want here? Let me look it up. Why does a woodchuck have a woodchuck to chuck wood? All right, let's see.
It just doesn't make any sense. Why would a Wookiee live on Endor?
Chucks. Now, I was told by Buzzard, you got to Google everything, and you believe 100% what Google says.
Well, the internet doesn't lie. We know that.
Okay.
It's never lied before.
All right, there we go. Woodchucks.
Yeah.
Now, here's what it is.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
They are known as groundhogs, woodchucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can chew wood, but they're not good at moving it. They can.
There you go.
What they do is mainly roots when they're cutting their groundhog holes. When they're digging their groundhog holes, if they come up to a root, they will cut to that root off.
Okay, so riddle me this.
They typically do not eat any wood at all. And the only thing they use them teeth for is if they have a root system, they got to go through to cut through it.
Fair.
That's it.
Fair. But
for underground burrows.
Then tell me this. What are those roots made of? They're wood. They're for a tree.
Yeah.
So they can bite through the wood. So they can chuck wood.
Well, yeah, but that ain't chucking wood. That's roots.
Oh, gamer, you're early. We're almost to the talking about the giveaway. We're just a couple more sponsors to go through. And then
oh, gamer, we're having a giveaway 2027 January. All right. If you'd like to join it, put in now !give. Yeah.
Yep. No, we are going to announce a giveaway. We kind of forgot about it again. I've been so busy, man. I've been so busy. But I did get, we'll talk about it. Gamer, just hang on 1 minute, 2 minutes. All right. So the next one, we're both rocking our Vexen hats, Vexen Fishing, exclamation point Vexen, VEXAN in our chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link is down below. Go to Vexen, use cast and camo in all lowercase, and you get 15% off your order. I've got a ton of shirts. I've sent Chief or Eric about 7 shirts, and apparently I've gotten the size wrong every time. I'm going to try again. But did you get the coffee mug at least?
Yes, I got the coffee mug.
Okay, all right. Then and that wasn't too big, right? You can still drink the coffee out of it.
Yeah, but wait a minute. So Vexen was kind of cheap sending me the coffee cup. It only comes to like here on this cup.
Is it a mini one?
Yeah, it's like a 16 ounce.
This
is a 20.
No, I'm good. Then I'm going to order one because my coffee pot only makes 16 ounces. I don't know why.
No,
every time I use the big mug, it feels like it's half full.
I just like the bitch. That's all.
Or if you're Joker, half empty. Depends, just depends on who you are.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do you mean if you're half Joker?
Oh, if you're Joker, you'd say it's half empty. I'm a positive person, so I say half full. Joker's cranky all the time.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, well, he's a little birdie. I was told he was a little birdie yesterday.
No.
That's
I heard you blamed him for something he didn't do.
No. I was given that information. Yet again, exclamation point Vexen, VEXAN for all of your fishing gear. They got great stuff. I did check in also just for fair warning. The stock on their shirts is low. And for everybody not watching live, Joker says, is my foot going half in your ass or am I leaving it half out? With any luck, half in.
Half out. Oh, my Lord.
It's okay. I saw Joker's feet. They're tiny. It's okay. I had a colonoscopy last week. It's fine. I'm good. I'm used to it. All right. And then lastly, our newest partner, Behave, exclamation point bees in the chat. And you can use cast and camo in all caps to get 10% off your order for Behave. Great stuff. I've got my Behave right here, my lip balm. I've got my muscle rub, the heating and cooling muscle rub I got right there. It's good stuff. I love it. And it's all natural and it's good. It's healthy. It has no chemicals. It's good stuff. And she's a great person, small business owner, super energetic, super fun. She's great. And we're going to have her on. I think her schedule is going to be freeing up in February. We've got a lot of guests coming up in February. We're going to have Vexen in February. We're going to have Behave in February. And then good segue. We're going to have another guest in February/March. Don't know yet. We might have to wait until after the Super Bowl or sometime after that. But Hank Shaw has agreed to be on the podcast. And that brings us to our giveaway, which is going to be next week. Hank Shaw is an author of wild game and fish recipes, chef. He's an award-winning chef, the James Beard award-winning chef, which is a big deal. And he's going to be on the show. He agreed to be on the show. And the giveaway is going to be 2 of his recipe books, Buck Buck Moose and Duck Duck Goose. And they're going to be signed by Hank Shaw himself. So don't do that, Gaver. The giveaway is going to be next Sunday. Next Sunday, the giveaway for 1 signed book of Duck Duck Moose and 1 signed book of Duck Duck Goose. That's right. Enter, play, ! Play, and we'll watch everybody's marbles go around and around and around into a toilet. We got drops on. We got drops on for marbles right now for everybody. Beta to another episode. That's right. That's right.
Heck yeah.
So yeah,
Right,
Hank Shaw, check him out.
So, do you know what we're doing tonight?
Tonight, yes.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Tonight, we are going to talk about stands and blinds of all different kinds.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I heard there is a special blind that's going to be on tonight on the show.
Yeah,
I don't want to give anything away, but I heard that there's a special blind.
Yeah, and we'll get to the outside of it, but I do have a special picture of the inside of it that we'll flip to right now.
Oh, okay.
So the background that we've got up now.
Wow, that's a beautiful blind. Look at the couch.
Yeah, right? Yeah, this is the inside of Deer Butch's deer stand.
No kidding.
Yep. We'll take a look at the outside of it in a little bit, but this is the inside of Deer Butch's deer stand. It's impressive.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So he agreed to come to my farm and build me a tree stand.
I'm jealous.
Is this what I'm gonna get?
I would say you should expect this.
Okay.
You should expect nothing less.
Now, does he furnish all the wood, Todd, and the furniture and the antlers? Like the moose and the elk?
Yep. It'll come, from what I've been told through Deer Butch's people, it comes fully furnished. He actually chisels the granite himself because he does live in an area where there's a lot of granite, a lot of quarries. So he goes he goes to the quarries and he chisels out that granite himself. It saves on his labor a little bit. He doesn't have to pay for it. So I would make sure, though, you see that recliner in the back? I would make sure that you request a massaging recliner.
Now listen, I've got a recliner just like that, and it's junk. Tell Butch I don't want that one.
Okay. Well,
it's too small. It's not very wide, and you sit down in it, and you feel like you're like this in the chair.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when you recline back, it almost like flips you over.
Yeah, well,
it's dangerous.
That's a good segue into the first type of stance. So let's flip back over. Yeah.
Way to go, Jeff. Jeff's entering the giveaway of a deer blind.
Jeff's entering. Okay. Giving away a Deer Butch deer stand too?
Yeah. Well, he's coming on as a sponsor for us next week. He told me. Yeah.
Okay. Butch Enterprises.
Yeah, Butch Enterprises.
Butch Enterprises. BE.
Yeah, he's giving away a $47,000 tree stand. And guess what? You get
on a weekend, one weekend.
You get Deb that comes and cooks for the whole week while he builds it.
Yeah, cooks and brings you beer.
Yes. No. Ooh, yuck! I don't want beer.
Okay, brings you sweet tea.
Sweet tea. There we go. Now we're talking.
Deb's in North Carolina. She knows sweet tea.
That's right. Sun tea. Baked sun tea. Yep.
All right. So you were talking about in that recliner, you get so squished.
Yes.
And that brings us to our topic for tonight. And we're going to open up with deer stands. We're going to talk about ladder stands for a second. I make a mean sweet tea. I bet you do, Deb. I think it's a prerequisite if you live in North Carolina. You need to know how to make a really good sweet tea. Ladder stands. We've got a picture up of a ladder stand.
I recognize that ladder stand.
And there are pros and cons to all of these different types of stands and blinds, right? And ladder stands, and we could do a whole freaking show on just ladder stands. But to kind of keep it high level, there's secure stands, right? You've got the ladder into the ground that's going up to the base, that's strapped to the tree. It's a very secure, usually, stand to be in. Yeah. Now, the one that we're looking at here, I'm not a fan of because it doesn't have the bar around the front, the shooting rail.
Yeah, where is that? I mean, they made them without them.
They do, and I think I have one or two of them, and I hate sitting in them. I hate it. Actually, I think the one that I have streamed from the most has no railing in the front.
Well, do you see how his feet are up on that bar?
Nope.
I have that same thing on mine. Them things are not very healthy. I do not like them foot rests that lift up.
Why?
Because, well, if you shoot a deer and you're not paying attention, you lower your gun or your bow, whatever you got, you lower it, and then you go to get out of the stand and forget to put that back. You ought to see how fun that is coming out of the stand.
Yeah. That's why I just I just put the gun over my shoulder and crawl down. I don't lower it down.
What?
No.
You should never do that.
I think you should never lower it down. I don't want a gun pointed up at me lowering it down. I don't trust that.
My bow I always lower down. Why are you lowering it down? Why don't you do it sideways?
What?
Don't you have a sling for your gun?
Yeah.
I have a sling, and I hook it in the middle, and it lowers it down sideways for my bow or my gun. So I have a sling that I put on my bow, and I can lower my bow down or my rifle, and it goes down sideways. The rifle barrel's not pointing up or down. Why would you do?
But if you put it around like a cross, it's secure.
What if you fell backwards?
What if you fell anyway?
Well, you're gonna fall, but you ain't got something on you that's gonna jam you in the back of the head like that scope's gonna do. When you hit.
No, see, now so Banana brings up a point. Is it loaded? No.
No, it shouldn't be.
No.
But I can lower my rifle down loaded sideways and lay it on the ground and then get out of the tree stand. I would never get out. I don't like that idea, getting out with that gun around my shoulder.
Oh, okay. I've always done it that way. But yeah, I never crawl or go into my stand or out of my stand with it loaded ever. I've never done that. Yeah. I was taught to never have it loaded when you're going in and out. So I've never had it loaded. I take, and if I'm using the muzzleloader, I take the primer out, put it in my pocket, and then I forget about it. And I have to use another primer, and then pretty soon you're out of primers. You got to go buy more because you can't find them until you do your laundry, and then all of a sudden you hear the clanking. That's all the primers inside the dryer. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a clip in the middle of my sling on my rifles and shotguns, and I can clip that hook through there and pull my gun up and down sideways. So when it lays down on the ground, the barrel's not going into the dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's not pointing at me, so I don't have to worry about it when I'm lowering it and picking it up.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's the other thing I would always worry about would be getting dirt where I don't want dirt. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
I mean, you do however you do it, but I just think it's kind of dangerous getting out of a tree stand. I'm afraid if you would slip and fall, you're going to have a scope ram you right in the back of the head.
Well, that's negative.
And the way your luck goes.
Okay.
I mean, you probably should be very careful everything you do.
I am very careful at everything I do, okay?
Because I'm thinking about buying you bubble wrap for Christmas.
I could use it. My elbow hurts from falling on the ice last night.
Oh, he does, Walleye. 100%. He slips and falls a lot.
Yeah, I do actually.
I heard you fell last night.
I did. Yeah, that's true. It's true. I hurt my elbow. Hurt my elbow. Want to kiss it? Make it feel better? Okay.
Why would I kiss your elbow?
Kiss my boo-boo, make it feel better.
Oh, my Lord.
That's what grandpas do.
No, this grandpa don't.
Okay.
No. Oh, yuck. Blech.
Anywho, back to the ladder stands. One of the drawbacks to the ladder stands, if you get a like this guy, even we were talking earlier, even the 1.5, the XLs, they're still kind of tight, especially for the husky hunters out there. The single ladder stands and the 1.5 size ladder stands, they're the 1.5 are definitely way better. I cannot sit in a single person, like a regular sized ladder stand. I cannot.
Yeah.
It is the most uncomfortable thing on this planet for me.
I agree with
but
you.
I'm a husky
100%.
hunter. I'm a husky hunter. I can sit in a 1.5, an XL. Those are fine. But I feel as I've gotten older, I've gotten softer with. Now I want a double stand because now I got streaming equipment, I got batteries, I got cords and mounts. I want all the room that I can possibly have. And the double stands are nice, man. You could take a nap up there. They're nice.
100%. I'm going to tell you right now that they have come out. And I can't remember the name of it, but they've come out with one of the new tree stands that is 2-man, but it has 2 extensions on the end. It kind of wraps around the tree. So you have a platform that you can stand on the left side or right side of the seating area.
Really?
You can lift that up and walk over there and stand on the edge so you're around the tree more. Like if you have a deer coming up behind you. Now I don't know what the width of the platform is, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I gotta have a bigger platform. I'm kind of a chicken shit with heights, but I do know that tree stands 20.2 foot high.
Oh wow.
So it's
That's
like, yeah, it is up there pretty high. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think you need to be more than 16 foot high in a tree stand.
No, I agree.
I don't.
I'm usually like 12 to 14. I very rarely am I up higher than that.
And now they're coming out with these tree stands that are 22 foot now.
Yeah, no, I'm out. I'm out.
I mean, what are they going to go to next? A 30-foot tree stand?
I don't. In certain states, I don't think they can. I don't know. I don't remember exactly the height in Minnesota, what the legal height is for the max height. I want to say it's 16 or 18 feet.
So you guys have a set height?
A max, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of that before.
Unless it's changed. I haven't looked because I've never needed to, but I know we used to. Whether we still do or not, I would have to look it up. But there was a max. So like when you would buy a ladder stand here, you get 3 ladders, 5 feet. That was it. That was it. There's
I know. I like my double man stand better than I like the one I bought 2 years ago. That's 1.5. I hate that tree stand. I hate it to death.
So while I was confirming that Minnesota law is 16 feet max.
Wow.
Yep.
So what are they doing about these tree stands that are 22 foot high now that they're selling?
I mean,
so I'm sure it's only coming with 4 rails. So you got if you put 2 rails up, what would that be? 12 foot.
12.
So you're gonna have to cut one of the other ones to stay within the.
Or you just put it up. If you want to be up 22 feet, go up 22 feet. Now you got to get. I hate to say it, but somebody that would need to see it or turn you in. You know.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stands in Minnesota that are over 16 feet. I guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure there are. They sell a lot of tree stands that, I mean, most of these tree stands are over 16 feet. They're 18, 22, 20.
Yep.
I'm just looking at them right now. Now, the ones that I kind of like now, I don't know if you've looked at them, is the 2-man tower tree stands that are on the tripod.
Mm-hmm.
where you can go up and sit. It's got a big opening and it's got the rail the whole way around. Yep. And it has 2 swivel seats up there. And you can get nice. A blind for around them also.
Yep.
Now they are kind of expensive. You're going to spend anywhere from $500 to $1,000 on it. You know, you're gonna pay for it, but that's why I'm so glad to know dear Butch. He's going to build me a tree stand. You know, down at the farm that I can be safe in the rest of my life. You know.
Well, you know, and while since that's a good segue, we can go to the next type of stand. I don't have any certain order, but as long as you're talking about those types of stands, I think we have some examples of the tree hut type stands. Apparently I only grabbed one picture, but this is one type, right? And you know what's funny is these are becoming, at least here in Minnesota, these types of stands are becoming way more prevalent. You know, you used to, on opening weekend of gun season, you would drive around and all you'd see is a sea of blaze orange in the woods. And now you don't anymore. Now you just see huts, whether they're on the ground or up on a platform. So it's interesting. And I think the prices are coming down a little bit on them because they're becoming a little more accessible and there's different kinds and styles. And I'm open. I used to hate these, but I got to tell you again, as I get older, I'm now thinking, okay, yeah, you got to spend like you were saying, anywhere from $500. I mean, some of these are going for $3,000-$4,000.
Oh, I know they are. Yeah.
But you can get one that's in my opinion, perfectly capable of keeping you dry and warm.
See, I was talking about the open blind.
Yeah, and I thought I had a picture of those.
This one here. So our farm's brother-in-law has 6 of these on his farm.
Oh wow!
And he has to go out with the tractor, the backhoe, and put forks on it and lift this up and sit them when he moves them because of the weight of these.
Yeah. That's the downside.
So if you're going to buy one of these, you better have a machine that's going to be able to pick this up and set it on top of the platform.
Yeah.
That's built for it.
Yep. Which, I mean, I'm considering getting one of these. Probably not this year. I'm gonna have to save my pennies, but like I say, as I get older, put me in the dry and warm.
Right.
And then I can be like Butch, where I can sit all day and make my lunch and make my breakfast.
So have you ever hunted out of a regular blind, like you do for your fishing?
Yeah.
All right. So my blind that I use on the ground, I put a heater in there, one of them double buddy heaters, and I take my coat off, actually. Even with the windows open, I can take my coat off when it's 30 degrees or 28 degrees. It keeps it that warm in there, you know, like maybe 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Them are the best things in the world right there.
Yeah. And I just got one of these for Christmas. And I can't wait to try it out. I'm excited to try this out.
Now, one thing that we talked about before the show. So they tell you with a bow and arrow or a crossbow, whichever one you're using, and we're just going to go with them first, is you can shoot through this blind with them.
That's what they claim.
With them up. I actually drop my windows, because I'm afraid to shoot through them. I think it'll deflect it. I really do. I don't know how it. And then if it rips it, do you got to replace the whole blind?
I mean, I haven't taken mine out of the box yet, so I have not inspected it. Do those windows, like when I think of the fish houses that we're using with Walleye and myself and Soggy, those windows they're plastic. But those windows actually come out. They're Velcro around the edges, so you can take that plastic off. So it's, you know, you stick your arm right through it. Are these windows the same? Can they actually completely come off?
No. So mine is on a slide. They slide down. They have 2 slides on each side.
Interesting.
You can slide the window down, or you can pick it back up and see through just like he's doing right there.
Okay.
And mine also, which that one doesn't have, also has another piece that you can put up that's almost like a shield, like to protect it from the wind, so the wind don't blow through also.
Okay.
Which is pretty nice, and you can use it when it gets like one side. I can block one side completely wind if the wind's blowing that way. So, but that's the side you usually watch for your deer because the wind's hitting you in the face,
right?
Which doesn't make it very helpful. But I like the 360 blind. I think it was well worth the money that I spent for that 360 blind.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, and I should try out kind of like what you were talking about, where I should open that box up and I should take it out ice fishing. That would be kind of cool if you could see like all around you.
Say, I don't know if it has an insulation thing on yours.
Who cares? Who cares? I mean, if it's 30 degrees, you got your heater on. It's just like hunting.
I guess
it doesn't have to be insulated.
Yeah,
it might be kind of fun. Maybe I'll try that.
I just think you're going to have a lot of breeze blowing through it, like mine, unless I bring up the sides on the inside. I can bring them up, and they got hooks on them that I can hook it at the top of the ceiling.
And then you can't see through it.
Like that guy sitting there right now. Right, yeah. You can't see. That guy's sitting there right now. It doesn't matter which way the wind blows. He has no protection of the wind. It's going to blow straight through that thing.
That's because of mesh.
Yes.
Okay.
But mine, I can take and raise up my sides on all 4 sides if I want. And then you can't see out at all.
Okay. That kind of defeats the purpose, but I understand that then blocks the wind.
Right.
Interesting. I'm excited. I can't wait to try it out. I can't wait to use it. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cool.
Now, if you're allowed to use blinds for turkeys, this would be the definitely ticket right here.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, when you go outside, if you have a picture of mine, you go outside and look at my blind, you can't see in it at all. And I'm sure that one's the same way.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't grab the second picture that showed the outside, but you can't see in from the outside.
Yeah. They are pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, this in turkey blinds are on the list, and I didn't double up on these pictures. But yeah, you could definitely use a deer blind for a turkey blind, especially these kind.
If you're allowed to use a blind, there's some states that don't allow you to use blinds for turkey hunting.
Interesting.
So that must be said too. Make sure you check your rules and regulations for the state you hunt in.
So then in that case, one of the pictures that I grabbed for the turkey blinds is one of these. And I have something similar to this. It's not the see-through on the back end. Right. But it's just, it's kind of that half wall that you kind of put the stakes down. And I guess it's probably mostly for turkeys, but I've used it for deer hunting. Yep. Just to give you a little bit of cover in front of you. But this would be another option for turkey hunting as far as a blind sort of a thing. It's not a full blind. It's just kind of a shield up in the front. I have not seen these before.
My question is, so if you can shoot through this mesh and they tell you can, why do they make windows?
I don't know.
That's my guess. I mean, that means they have a question in their minds too when they're building these things.
I think we should maybe I'll reach out to one of these manufacturers and say, hey, for the show, can you donate one of your blinds and have us test it out? I just don't believe it's not going to impact your shot. I don't know how it couldn't. I don't get that. And like I said earlier, if you're using expandable broadheads, you would think the second that arrow or bolt hits that mesh, it's going to expand, right?
Look, I don't know. I just know that they claim that you can shoot through them and it does not screw up your arrow trajectory. I know I can hit a grass blade and my arrow will veer.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. They claim it. I would like to put it to the test, but I'm not I'm not putting my own through test. Because if it ruins it, I'm not ruining my own blind. No.
And they don't make replacement windows for these.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at earlier. It doesn't sound like it. So yeah, if it rips, yeah, get a new blind or deal with the hole, I guess. Put some tape over it. Some clear tape, I guess. I don't know. I think it's a terrible idea. I definitely would not do it until I tried it out. Or saw, actually, I haven't even, have you looked at, I haven't searched for YouTube videos or anything for those. So I'm sure there's videos out there, but I don't trust that. I don't trust that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now,
I don't like the thoughts of that at all.
When you've gone turkey hunting, did you use blinds or did you use something kind of like what we're looking at here? Or did you, like, I know a lot of guys and gals that go turkey hunting, they just camo up and they'll sit at the base of a tree with their back up on the tree and call them in.
Back when I lived in Pennsylvania, we were not allowed to use blinds. So you had to hunt by sitting against a tree or at a log or something like that. Here, you can use blinds. Now, I have never used blinds here when I've turkey hunted, spring gobbler, because I usually, when I get out of the truck, I usually blow a barred owl, and then the turkeys will gobble. And then that positions me to where I'm going to go. So I can't see me running out through the woods, taking the blind, setting it up, and jumping in it. You know what I mean? Before that, because it's just like when I get there, I'm there like a half an hour before it gets daylight, and they'll gobble at that time. So then I approach that area to where I'm far enough back that the turkeys are not going to see me from the trees.
Sure.
And then I set up against a tree somewhere and wait for it to get daylight and then start my calling.
To me, that seems like it would be the more fun way to.
Yeah, I've never used a blind for turkey, so that is not. I know when I'm sitting in my blind down there at the farm, I have turkeys that walk up within 3 feet of my blind. They're like right there.
So back in PA then, where you can't use blinds for turkey hunting, what do you remember what they consider a blind? Like what the one that we're looking at here, where it's not enclosed, it's just a shield. Is that considered a blind?
Yes.
Okay.
The shield's considered a blind because you're blinding your body to that animal.
So even natural blinds?
No. If you've got a tree laying on the ground, you can sit in front of that tree or behind the tree.
Okay.
You are not putting it up. This is something you got to install.
But you couldn't take if you're sitting on the edge of a field, you couldn't take corn stalks and kind of pile them up. Okay.
You're making a blind.
You're making one. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Interesting. Are they ever going to change that in PA?
I have no idea, and they may have since I've left.
True.
I have no idea.
True.
And I know that they've changed a lot of different laws on hunting because now they opened up this year for another Sunday hunting. They're like really like just stepping. You know, they had one Sunday during archery season that you could hunt, one Sunday during rifle season you could hunt, and one Sunday in bear season that you could hunt, and one Sunday in rabbit and squirrel season. So now they've opened it up where they added a couple extra Sundays, but it's not opened up I don't know why they just don't say Sunday hunting's allowed, Period. And it's over with.
Well, you know the answer to that. You're going to piss people off.
See the shadow in that blind? No, yes, he would. If they had the spotlights like they did this morning on Punxsutawney Phil, yeah, he's going to see his blind every year. His little shadow.
Did they finalize that? I thought it was still just in discussion. I thought they had confirmed. I thought I'd heard that the PA confirmed they were going to do those Sundays, but I could be wrong.
They did. They did this year. They opened up like 2 more Sundays, I think it was.
That's what I thought. Which is...
I get my conservation magazine that they send me every 2 months. So I get that update on that where they show what the new laws are that they put in. And I was kind of paying attention to that hunting, the Sunday hunting. This year was the first year that they allowed the extra 2 Sundays.
It's crazy to me. Let's go back to the let's go back to the deer stands, and we're gonna talk about these huts again, because these huts are, like we said, you can get them anywhere from $300-400 to $4,000, and we already saw the interior of Deer Butch's deer stand.
Is Deer Butch home yet? First,
yeah, I would assume so. He's been chatting.
He said he was driving.
Oh. And we'll pretend like he didn't say that.
Yeah, but I mean, look, we just need to see if he is home. All right, now you can go forward.
Okay. So what I wanted to do, since we saw the interior of Deer Butch's deer stand, I wanted to show everybody that may not have been lucky enough. Outside of it? Yeah, the outside. So
I can't wait.
It's impressive. It's impressive. Let's take a look.
I can't wait to see what my new deer blind.
There it is.
Holy smokes!
Look at that thing.
Butch!
Look at that thing. It's you see that and you're just speechless. Like, wow.
I can't believe he's going to build that here on our farm.
I know, right? You're very lucky. I think it comes with the deer buzzard, but it comes with a butler for sure.
A butler?
Yeah, and
does it come with Deb to cook?
I don't know. I'm not speaking for that.
All right. Well, I just wondered. I mean, I wouldn't consider that hunting anymore.
Yeah, it's this thing is crazy. And there's other pictures of this one in particular, and like this middle section with the railing, they've got like lawn chairs, and it's like a deck. It's a porch.
I want that. So Butch,
it's amazing.
This is what Butch is building me. I love Butch.
I mean, I could see where this reminds me of Call of the Wild, where you go and unlock all those outposts.
Yes.
And you have to run up 17 flights of stairs and unlock the thing. That's what this reminds me of. It's impressive. I could see where you would like stay up in that top part and sleep, and then wake up and come down the steps, and you'd have some sort of a stand. Hey, do I want to face east today? Do I want to face west today?
You could even hunt your bikini outfit up there.
Well, I would hope so.
And get suntan while you're deer hunting.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that anytime. But I'm impressed. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what kind of, add-ons and special things Butch adds to this for you.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know. I'm excited.
I can't. Oh, you're excited. I'm excited.
I would be excited too, Marty.
I'm going to have a $1 million tree stand.
I mean, your property taxes are going to go up.
Oh, I'm not telling them.
I don't think you're going to have a choice.
They ain't going to be able to see it at the farm. It's behind the trees. They ain't going to be able to see in there. It's not evident from the highway.
Well, something like I've actually got an email from NASA. They were able to pick up Deer Butch's stand from the satellites. So that would be the one thing I would be worried about, is that satellites will pick up your new deer stand, then the county will call you and you have to up your property taxes.
That's probably nicer than my house inside, according to the picture that you had earlier with
I know. Satellite TV, got the whole caboodle there.
I wonder if he has radar up there.
Well, how else is he going to see the deer? He needs the radar.
That's true.
He's always busy napping or cooking eggs on his little thing. He's got to have a radar or a sonar to let him know the deer is coming, so he can stop fiddle farting around and pay attention looking for the deer.
See, I thought he was going to say you need 4 people to play cards in that damn thing. That's what I thought he was going to say, not to look for deer.
He probably needs lights on the top of it so planes don't hit. And what surprised me, that thing's got to be 2 stories tall, right?
Yes.
That has to be.
Oh, it's more than that. That is probably 2 stories from the bottom deck to them top windows.
It's crazy.
Then I don't know what's underneath that. So, yeah. Do you have a better picture when you snuck in on his farm?
You know what? I might. So let me let me work on that. Let's do Deer Butch stand number 2.
Deer Butch stand number 2. Got it.
Yep. And let's see if I can find it quick.
I like that.
It's impressive. Right? It has to have like plumbing inside that thing, I would think. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, but I don't see a tube running down. That's just steel beams. He would have to have a tube for an automatic flush.
That's a good point.
And he probably should have a water tank, a 500-gallon water tank sitting on top of it.
It has its own water tower.
Yeah. I mean, you could put a 500-gallon water tank on top and have the water just running down through the ceiling to take showers and that.
Apparently, I didn't grab a better picture of it. But there are some amazing pictures of this particular stand. I don't even remember what I Googled, but I Googled Deer Butch deer stand.
So
and this is what came up.
To be real.
Yeah.
I wonder how them windows in that stand there actually work. Whether they open up like you push them out and they open, or whether I don't think they slide because it's too short between windows.
Oh, they could slide up and down though.
Or they lift up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, and that's some of the things that I've watched people on these hunting shows that have the zippers. And in we'll say the tree stand that I was talking about earlier, that you wrap the building around, it goes on top of it, where you unzip the windows. But you've got a deer standing there 20 feet away from you, and you ever try to unzip one of them things? It's making all kind of noise while you're trying to unzip it, no matter how slow you go.
Right. Yeah, they're loud. And Velcro, I never understood why anything deer hunting, as far as a blind, like a ground blind, why would you ever have Velcro? Well, I understand you need to have something.
Right.
Oh, it has hooks?
All my windows that I can open have hooks. They have little connectors above, and you take these little plastic hooks and hook up, and it keeps the wind up. And then you just unhook them and lays down.
See, I might have found. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me grab this.
My old ones used to be Velcro, though.
Grab this and try to get this thing in here real quick. Yeah, why even clothes, like the clothes, when you buy a hunting jacket and it's got the Velcro straps on the arms to tighten in the wrist, why in the world do you put Velcro on hunting clothes? Why? That's so dumb. It's so loud.
Yeah. And plus, if you have Velcro around your wrist, you ever get it caught on your pants or your coat where it kind of catches?
We've been over this. I don't wear pants when I'm hunting.
Here we go.
Butch said the same thing. He's hunted in his blaze orange underwear before.
Yeah, but that's Butch. Now I'm seeing you, and it's getting...
Oh, I see.
It's one of them things again. Quit it.
So you like to think about Butch in his underwear, but not me.
Well, no, I didn't say I like to think about Butch in his underwear. I just said.
Pretty sure that's what you just said.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, chat? Did he not just say
weird.
that?
This is getting weird.
I know. I'm trying to buy time so I can get this picture loaded. Where did it go? God dang it.
You ain't seen nothing until you seen Joker and his little bloomers.
That's right. You're so lucky that you got to see that.
I'm lucky? What?
Yeah.
I'm not lucky.
There it is. There it is. Okay, let's load this guy in there.
Oh. All right.
How's that? Let me hide
so
the other
that's
one.
a 3. That's probably gonna be like a 3-story. Boy, Butch, I like your property. Almost looks like you're in Texas, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's one hell of a deer stand.
Look at his freaking vehicle that he's got. His ATV.
Yeah, that's a $50,000 ATV. To go along with this $75,000 deer stand.
Just think,
crazy.
Oh my, that is nuts. Yeah, it looks to me like he's moved to Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheryl wants to know if Joker wears lace bottom bloomers or just plain, Chief.
I'm not allowed to say no more. He told me if I ever told that again, he'd kill me. So.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys don't see me tomorrow morning, you know why.
All right. So how about gravity stands or hanging stands? Do you use these? Have you ever used these?
No. Yes, I have. You ain't gonna see me in another one ever. I don't like them.
I don't like them either. I like some of the pros of this type of stand. I like how it's unlike the ladder stands, which I grew up on using ladder stands. These you have to find a tree with the ladder stand that's going to work with that ladder and the stand. Whereas here, you have a little more versatility on where you can set up. But I am deathly afraid of being in these stands because they're so dangerous to get in and out of. I have one and I use it. I haven't used it in a couple of years. You need the climbing sticks, and to me, they're a huge pain in the rear end to get set up. I just think they're dangerous. And I think a lot of the people that fall out of these stands, or a lot of people that fall out of their deer stands that you hear about that break their neck, break their back, or whatever, I think a vast majority of them are these types of stands, these gravity stands or hanging stands.
Well, I had a climbing tree stand, the first one I ever had, and I don't know. I think they have made it illegal to even have anymore because they had a lot of deaths. Yes, they had a lot of deaths with it. It was just small. Your 2 feet was the only thing that was on it. You didn't have room on the outside of it. And you'd climb up the stand, and it just held by there was no strap around the back to strap it in. You held by the weight.
Yeah. Yep.
On your feet out front that kept that tree stand locked in place. And if you would even if you would let any weight up off of that stand by hugging that tree, that thing, I've seen, I don't know how many people, the stand go down and they're still hanging up there. And then they got an inch down and it just tears the heck out of their arms.
Yep.
Those things are so dangerous. I don't even know why they make them.
Yeah, and I'm showing the climbing stand now, which is different than the hanging stand or the gravity stand, whereas this is actually a climber where you're climbing with the stand. So you don't need the pro on these kinds are you don't need those climbing sticks or ladders that attach to the tree. But I was never, even as a kid, I was never a tree climber. I never wanted anything to do with climbing trees. It's never appealed to me. I'm scared of it. So the idea of a climber, I'm not super thrilled about, but I'm not coordinated.
Have you tried the swinging stands now?
I have not, but I would like to. Let's pull that one up.
I had our game warden here show me his. He was down at the farm and showed me. He actually got He actually got up and used that, and he said that is safer than the other tree stands.
Yes,
because you're always tied in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've seen varieties of different types of saddle stands like this.
Yes.
This I would have to sit in one. The one thing that worries me about these, and I haven't done enough research on them, is I like to lean back, and with these, I would be afraid that I'd be leaning back and then I'd do a backward somersault.
Well, this thing straps. It's actually a whole harness that he had. So it went over his shoulder and then come up through his crotch.
Yep.
To where it was. Now, that one doesn't show the shoulder harness, but the one he has had the shoulder harness.
Oh, Banana has this one. Okay, so Banana, I've heard from the reviews that I've read that these saddle stands are incredibly comfortable. It takes practice to use them, but I've heard they're incredibly comfortable. What has your experience been with them? Would you, well, with your back, I bet you might struggle with something like this, huh?
I want to know if Banana has the shoulder strap.
They are just okay. Really? All right. The first time I saw the saddle stand was, I think, and Banana knows these guys, the Hunting Public. That was the first time I've seen it when I was watching the Hunting Public on YouTube. And that was more of it was almost like a, what are those, you put it from one tree to the other and then you lay in it, a hammock.
A hammock.
Yeah, it looked more like a hammock. And I would be out like a light. If I was laying in a hammock in a tree and just kind of swinging around, I'd be out. Me. Because your knee hit the trunk of the tree all the time. Oh.
See, I don't know. I didn't like when the game warden showed me his. I didn't like it. But it's very versatile. He can walk right around the tree to the other side. So you're like that tree being blocked for you.
Yep.
Is completely taken out of the question. You can lean around and shoot to where you can't really do that in one of them climbers. You can't lean back around because you're going to flip out of the thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's definitely great for public land. You ain't going to damage nothing at all.
Right. I mean, it's a lot of these stands, the climbers. I think again, those take a lot of practice and you need to know what you're doing to get them up and do them. But if you find the right tree, you're up and hunting within 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. That's one of the pros of them.
I would never use one of them because of my back, period. But I mean, that's just, there's no way I could use it. You got to be able to do somersaults like Buzzard. Work out every morning, and I can't work out like Buzzard does. Buzzard works out a lot now.
Yeah, that's his job. He just works out all day, every day. He's getting swole. I think that's what the kids say. So we've talked a lot about deer stands, and we talked a little bit about some turkey stuff. It was mostly the same thing as deer stands. What about duck blinds? Duck blinds are crazy because people make duck blinds out of freaking anything. An old bus, well, let's turn that into a duck blind. An old camper, let's turn that into a duck blind. It's crazy what people make duck blinds out of. But ultimately, you could just build a box that you sit inside and throw some paint on it, and it's a duck blind. But I put up a couple different current options of what people have out there for duck blinds that you could buy. Some are like those are just big boxes or canvas that you sit inside, and when the ducks come, you pop up and bang away, bang, right?
Well,
I'm not a duck hunter, so I'm not a fan of duck hunting. I'll do it, but it's not my favorite thing to do.
yeah.
From the guys I know that bought harness stands have eventually went back to climbers. Interesting. Okay, this is good to know because I've been curious, but okay, good to know. Now, this is similar. The two bottom pictures, that's a drop-in duck blind, which I can't even fathom. And when we look at the goose blinds, there's similar ones. I can't even fathom what it would take. And you need an excavator, right? Because you got to dig the hole to the perfect size and then backfill, right? Am I crazy?
No.
You're not digging that by hand. I mean, you could.
All I can tell you, our farm is ridiculous. Tony's brother, it's like a house underground. I don't know what they spent. I mean, it's got a refrigerator, a stove.
Shut up.
A TV.
What? So it's a bomb shelter.
Recliner. Yeah, I'm telling you, these people spend duck and goose hunting's probably one of the biggest, richest things on hunters. They spend more money on that crap than they do anything else. I mean, if you've seen we have places underground that's better than my house probably for duck hunting. There's actually freaking wood stoves in a couple of these underground deer blinds. I've seen them hauling trailers load of wood out, cut wood, to keep them. They're sitting in there in their underwear. I mean, even though, these guys are making fun of this, these guys are actually in there in their freaking slippers and sweatpants, duck hunting, and they got two dogs there. They shoot a duck or a goose. The dog runs out and brings it back. They don't have to leave. They're in there cooking big breakfast and everything.
That's bougie. That's bougie hunting.
Oh,
that's deer butch hunting.
It's actually ridiculous.
I'm going to tell you the reason I don't think if I went to somebody and they said, "Oh, let's go duck hunting," okay, and we show up and it's one of those things, I'm not going. I'm not going in. How many snakes have people found inside their underground duck blinds and goose blinds? How many?
I don't think we ever have, but I imagine that they could get. It's locked. There is an actual hatch that locks. It's completely sealed. and the vent on the top for these wood burners actually have a blade, a metal plate that rotates and closes that off when they're not in there. So you don't get the bugs and that in there. The lids are just like you see that bottom right-hand picture. The lids come down and completely seal it.
So Banana Sack brings up a good point. The snakes probably can't get in, but there's probably a few trouser snakes down there, which I would understand. I just hate snakes. And if you're putting me in a position, like I would even if we're sitting there and it was clear somebody went in like a SWAT team, I would send you and everybody else down like a SWAT team, make sure everything's clear. No snakes, no rats, no mice, no nothing, no spiders. Okay, it's clear. And then I'd go in there, fine. But now the hatch is open. Next thing you know, you've got a freaking black cobra coming down into the hole while you're sitting there duck hunting. And if you've ever want to hear me scream like a girl and run, and there's nowhere to run. You can't run. Where are you going to go?
So when did you get cobras?
We got, I don't know.
I'm asking for a friend. When did you get cobras?
Well, I mean, we got rattlesnakes here in the southwestern Minnesota. You have rattlesnakes there in Kentucky. Yeah, there's rattlesnakes around.
I have no rattlesnakes.
You don't
here.
have rattlesnakes?
No, there's no rattlesnakes here.
Well, you go to North Carolina, there's plenty of damn snakes that are going to bite you and hurt you in North Carolina and other places that are really good duck hunting.
Well, I mean,
On Louisiana.
But if it's sealed up, you don't have to worry about it.
Until you're down there and it's open.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you got the what are those snakes that are down in Louisiana in the sloughs?
Yeah, but you got crocodiles or alligators down there too.
Now you're gonna have a crocodile crawl in here like, oh, look at here. No.
Where's your He-Man? Where's your He-Man instincts? I mean, you're willing to take on that goofy thing with tusks.
Right there. Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah, I see it. But look, listen, that thing is got to be 190,000 years old, and you probably walked up to it and it fell over of a heart attack.
You wouldn't be wrong. It would fall over from a heart attack because it would be so scared of what's about to happen to it that the heart palpitations would just take over.
I mean, that thing looks like someone smacked the shit out of its face. It's all caved in.
Yeah, the taxidermist didn't do the greatest job in the world. But it's on the wall. It's on the wall. Got one on the wall, folks.
I can't believe you bought that off of Joker. Joker fought that thing for 3 days until he killed it.
No, I don't know about that.
And then you bought it off of him and mounted it on your wall.
Yeah.
There you go. Now that right there, the picture on the left, looks more like me and you're kind of blind. You dig a hole, you put a board over top of it and slam it shut. Right. We're good to go. Yeah. Now that shit that cost you $50,000 to build an underground house.
No, yeah. I still, I mean, this one I would be a little less leery on because you're in a field, like a cornfield, and you could see a snake coming.
What about a spider?
Spiders, I'm okay. Spiders, you just smush.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm quicker than a spider.
And really?
Yeah.
Do you want to show your kick again?
You want me to?
That was like really slow for you to get that the whole way around.
What? Don't make me. I don't have pants on, remember? I'll still do it.
It scares me.
Pants. No need no pants. Fine, I'm doing it just to prove that I do have pants on.
Don't kick in there. You're going to kick everything over. Oh, here it goes, chat. Here it goes. He's going to kick his bow and arrow. You watch and see. Here it goes. He's going to mess it. He can't fish without falling in ice. It's going to go. Butch. Oh, my God. Don't kick in there. Oh. That went clear to his chin.
See how high that got?
Yeah, clear up to your chin.
Yeah.
Someone clip that and show it to him.
I was watching it live. I almost hit the walrus. Yeah, if we do, I'm gonna have everything ready. If we are going fishing next weekend with walleye, I'm not gonna forget the apple this time. I'm gonna bring the apple, and I'm gonna prove to everybody that that apple is not gonna stand. I'm going to do it.
I heard you was kind of afraid to try to kick it off of Walleye's head.
Nope,
because
I'm not afraid.
He gets a throat punch you.
I'm in. I'm 100% confident that I can do it. No problem.
There's only one problem.
What?
What are you going to do about work for the next 6 months?
Because I'll have such an ego.
No, because you'll be in the hospital for at least 4.5 of them months.
Well, I couldn't hurt a fly.
Really?
No, he's a sweetheart. He's a teddy bear.
Well, yeah, he may be a teddy bear, but I wouldn't want him to freaking throat punch me.
I don't have to worry about that because it's not going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
No, that apple's going to fly right off his head. Piece of cake. I got this.
Because as soon as you catch him, it is stomach. Because I know your foot can't get any higher than his stomach. It's not going to get up here. I don't know where the hell you measure shit from, but none of your kicks have ever got to your chin, just so you know. So,
I'm watching it on that emote. If you see it,
yeah.
At the height, it's right at my chin level.
No,
so
it ain't.
I was on ice and snow.
Listen, that thing is no higher than your damn belt. I mean, we can have chat vote right now. How many people think that is at his chin?
You gotta watch it in slow motion.
Oh, my.
Absolutely at my chin.
That is not. I don't know when the hell did they put your chin at your belly button?
I don't know. It's gonna happen, and I'm gonna do it.
That's as high as you get. That is free roam kick right there. And you was trying to kick really high. How are you going to get walleye? I mean, walleye's what? 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, something like that.
And the apple's going to be like 5'11" and a half.
Yeah.
I don't see how you're going to get it up that high.
I can't wait to prove everybody wrong. I'm excited for it. Yeah. It'll be good. Poor walleye. Yeah, poor walleye has to stand there and then and get scared that he's gonna have an apple kicked off his head. Because that's exactly what's about to happen. Yeah.
No, he's actually gonna be walking around with his legs crossed, bent over. Because that's about all the higher you're gonna get.
Yeah. Take a kick to the chest. Y'all wait and see. If I don't know if this coming weekend, we don't know if we're going fishing or not. If we don't, hopefully we'll do it the following weekend. But yeah, Wally ain't scared. He ain't scared. He knows exactly.
Yeah,
he knows I can do it. He believes in me.
He knows he's gonna throat punch you.
No,
and then he's gonna be laughing. No. I think you're dead wrong. I'm willing to put money on this.
Ooh.
Are we allowed to gamble?
Yeah.
On the internet?
Sure.
All right. So, all right, walleye, I'm going to put down my 100 pennies right now on this.
Okay. But you're not going to be able. Wow. No.
See that?
No. Telling you.
There you go.
Telling you. That apple stands no chance.
Here's the thing. One thing I will have to say, and I will stick up for Vexus on this. Soggy cannot be within hearing range. Because if Soggy would start laughing, and I tried to do this, I would definitely kick Walleye in the nuts. It would not get to his head because I would lose it if I heard Soggy start laughing.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I really think he should be within binocular range.
Well, we're gonna need Soggy close by.
Well, no, I'm telling you, he starts laughing. You're not gonna make it.
I'm like Danielson. I'll be laser focused in. Piece of cake.
Oh my Lord.
Piece of cake. I'm not worried about it. That apple stands no chance. It's gonna go flying off his head. You watch. Oh, I'm going to be laughing. Yes, I'm sure Soggy will be laughing, but that apple's going to go flying off his head. Piece of cake.
Oh, I can hear Soggy laughing right now. And you know what I hear Joker saying?
What?
Vexus is freaking nuts.
Huh?
Yeah, I can hear Joker actually saying that in the back of my mind. Vexus is going to die tonight.
I think it's going to be more along the lines of I'm guessing right now he's probably screaming saying He's so goddamn delusional. He's such an idiot. That's what he's saying right now. That's okay. I'll accept his apology after it happens, after I'm successful at making that apple fly.
Oh, I mean, where do you get these thoughts in your head? I mean, you're like taking on things that you shouldn't. It'd be like you saying, all right, 20 years ago, I'm going to take on Hulk Hogan or Andre the Giant 40 years ago. I'm going to go kick Andre the Giant's ass because I can do it, you know?
Well, I'm not stupid. I know I wouldn't be able to kick Andre the Giant's ass.
This is stupid. Because Walleye is going to throat punch you.
No. No, it's not. I am going to be successful at that. Apple is going to. You watch. I'm going to send that apple into orbit.
Are you going to have Soggy tie the apple with a string and pull it off when you go to kick?
How dare you suggest such a thing? How dare you?
That's the only freaking way that apple's coming off of Walleye's head.
How dare you?
That's the only way.
I'm going to put Jeff Bezos' name on that apple.
Yeah.
Oh, Elon Musk. Elon Musk. I'm going to put Elon Musk's name on that apple and I'm going to send it into orbit like a satellite.
Butch, he already made the plans a couple weeks ago. Walleye's got to be standing. And Walleye told him, if you kick the apple off, then good for you. But if you don't get the apple, I get to throat punch you.
Yep.
And Vexus agreed to this.
Yep. We're going to do it.
He was supposed to do 2 weekends ago, but he chicken shit it out.
No, we keep forgetting the apple, honestly. We keep forgetting the apple.
I told you to use a bulber, but none of you would do it.
No, it has to be an apple. That was the deal. It has to be an apple.
Okay. Well.
Anywho. We talked about a lot of stuff tonight, but mostly blinds, stands, the different kinds, the pros and cons of some of them. We didn't really talk about the geese blinds here, but they're kind of self-explanatory. It's similar to the duck blinds, except the one that we lay in. You put it in the field and you lay in it, and then when the geese come, you flap it open, you blow them away.
Yeah, that's
the Canadian ticklers. I forget what Barbara calls her birds. The Canadian geese.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
Barber? You mean sexy barber?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Toss the decoys is pretty wild. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
The decoys,
the goose decoys and the duck decoys, forget about it. You take out another mortgage.
Cops. By the way, while you brought that up, real quick, before we end the show, how much does a goose decoy, a regular goose decoy, or a duck cost that's not real fancy or the flappy wings, just a regular decoy? Do you have any idea? Does anyone?
I don't. And I think that even the flappy ones, the ones that are mechanical, I want to say Minnesota banned those. There's some states that you can't use them. Yeah.
You look like our whole field's flying down here with them flappy ones now.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they cost, but I do know that them 4 are like $150, just a regular one.
That's so dumb because you don't need 4. You need like 4D.
No, they have 300, 400, 500 in these fields down here.
I'm saying per person.
Yeah,
it's silly.
It's nuts.
That's crazy money. Anyway, we will be back next week. I don't think we have a guest next week, but the week after that, we have Vexen Fishing scheduled for that weekend. I'll talk to Tavia and see if she's available next weekend to do O Behave. Otherwise, or wait a second, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Are we taking the Super Bowl off?
I don't think we'll probably. I mean, that's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Your choice.
We'll see.
I mean, this is the time the Super Bowl will be on.
Yeah. Maybe we can think of a Super Bowl theme for the outdoors.
Well,
Maybe.
I could go. You know what? We could do our Sasquatch thing that night. No one would be here to see it.
That's true. Just like a normal Sasquatch. When we find Sasquatch, nobody's around to actually see it.
Yeah. No one ever sees it. So, Cop's got your dope is going to come over. We're going to go down to the farm, and he's going to film it this time so we don't miss anything.
Okay.
Cop, so you on for that next Sunday night?
Or get Mean Green over. He can bring you some hamburgers on some paper plates.
Well, he's off on Mondays too, so I could have two to protect me.
That's right.
See, he works next Sunday. We're screwed.
Oh.
See, now I can't be protected. Okay. He was off this week. We could have did it. We could have did it today, but Cops didn't call me and say I'm off.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I guess so. All right. Well, until next week when we are going to do the giveaway. So if you want to get in on that giveaway, be sure to be around next week. I think we do the show. I personally don't give two rats' asses about the Super Bowl.
He's going to forget about the giveaway. So we're good.
No, I'm not going to forget about the giveaway.
He's going to forget about the giveaway.
Not going to forget about the giveaway. I've teased it for 3 weeks now. We have to do the giveaway.
He's going to forget about it.
And I personally, I don't care about the Super Bowl anyway. So I think we do a show. That's my thought. Okay. But anyway, until next weekend when we do a Super Bowl cast and camo, I'm Todd.
And I'm Eric.
And we'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here.